million hugs.
And, like, I understand the standpoint of every life is sacred.
Oh, that...
Every life is...
I think I pissed so many people off with my mentality on that.
Like, every life is worth living, but at the same time, if that life is not... If it's not going... If the quality of that life is not good, if that quality of life is something that would be detrimental to that person, and they might not even be able to exercise free will.
Or the qualities of life. There are qualifications.
Yes, I mean, that's psychology right there. Quality of life classification is psychology. We learned this in psychology, is how to determine quality of life.
Oh my god, I can only imagine what kind of, like, fucked up shit like any aliens would use drug-wise, Black Ark. I feel like our drugs are nothing compared to what they've discovered, and they'll be like, you guys are still doing this kind of shit? Okay, try this thing and tell us what you think. We'll be like, whoa.
Kill us instantly.
No, it wouldn't kill us. I think we'd just be like, I've never been this high in my life. Did I even leak? What happened? We wouldn't be able to comprehend it. No, we'll come back. I saw colors I didn't even know could exist. Like, what were they?
Taste colors.
Yeah, exactly. That would be, like, the basis of all of our getting high with space drugs. Don't get me wrong, I still would probably not do drugs even if they were space drugs, but I would be curious to the effects on human anatomy.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a curious little nerd who wants to know shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'd just be like, what will my friends act like under this space drug? It's like... First thing I can think of is all my friends. Which one of you wants to be a guinea pig for me? I got this space drug. I promise I'll watch you when you start tripping acid. There's an argument right there that a lot of people still can't handle correctly. The human soul or not.
I think that...
I like the idea of it, but I want scientific proof before believing in it, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, the concept of a soul...
It's very... It's not even, like...
It's nebulous. It's, like... The soul means a lot to different people.
I think that's why I have a hard time believing it, because there's no concrete definition of what a soul can be or should be or anything like that.
Yeah, I see, like, in my mind, I see the soul almost like a second heart. Like, it's the emotional heart.
But not a tangible one?
It's not tangible because it's essentially like your heart is what pumps blood through your body. The soul I see as like an emotional heart. That is the heart that creates emotion, it creates connection, it creates attachment, which psychologically
would be the
that's the brain.
Well, no, yeah, it's the brain, but if you make it a part of the brain, if I remember correctly, it'd be the ego or the inner desire.
Yeah,
I forget which one. I forget which one's which.
It would be.
I know one's selfish.
Mixture of both.
Well, isn't that wouldn't that be super ego then? Because there's one's the inner desire, one's the ego, one's the super ego.
Right.
And I think one's supposed to be like morally good, one's the self-sustaining, then the other one's the actual person.
Yeah, and I think like the soul would probably be considered what makes you you. What is your personality? What connects you to people, and what keeps you connected to people, as well as connected to yourself. And I feel like that a lot of people
don't examine this a lot, which is really sad.
Well, no, people just like, like when I talk to Adam is like I classify Adam as like my heartmate.
Not soulmate, because that term got really dragged around.
Because I don't see soulmate about being about love. I see it about being about connection. And while Adam and I have a deep-seated connection, it's deep-seated in love, and trust, and things that we
among other things
traditionally, considered heart-related. The ethereal term of heart.
Yeah, I know you meant.
While I see Andrew and Katie as like my two best friends, they're like my soulmates. Like they understand me on a broken down fundamental level. So does Adam.
And then you got me and Liam, your two collected gingers.
Two of my collected gingers, of my many apparently. And I mean, like, like I
I'm
consider
not a religious person
Andrew,
at all, but I believe
you know,
a soul
the
is
brother to my soul, you know, and
Yeah.
Adam is the one that keeps my heart going, kind of thing. It
Yeah.
all sounds cheesy and hoo-ha and all this other bullshit, but that's just kind of the way I can think about it.
Hi, you're talking to the kid who loves Kingdom Hearts. All this shit is like basic. This is all Kingdom Hearts 101 to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm
it's
like,
just-
I think it's a topic people should discuss as adults because it puts a perspective on life that people usually let go of when they get older.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just more or less like how
And yeah,
I
what Blackheart
feel
said
with
kind of makes
different people.
a point. The soul is morality / humanity. Like, what defines humanity itself.
Yeah.
Which
As
is a
well
really good way to
as-
look at it, yes.
It's your moral compass.
And we will
And-
admit some people have a really fucked up compass, but hey, as long as it still points north, hopefully you do the right thing.
Yeah, and it's also I feel like it's what keeps you
Centered.
centered and connected to the people that mean the most in your life.
So in short, kindred spirit. Yes. There's just varying levels of that. I think we need to make a new term for kindred spirit and make like not so much a hierarchy, but more of a like that can be the broad term, but there needs to be shorter ones, like for family tree. How we have the word family, but then we have sibling, cousin. There should be like that, like a familiar structure for a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
that's kind of what it is. It is it's a familiar-based web, but in the
Yeah.
end, you're all kindred spirits together.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, normally I don't talk about this shit because no one wants to. I'd like this kind of conversation. Thank you for joining.
I see the people that I spend my days with, like the people I spend with every day, like Andrew and Katie, Liam, Steph, you, Adam. Those are the people that keep me going. They are literally the people that are like they're
The life
as essential to me as breathing.
true
and-
kind of connections.
Obviously, physiologically, they're not necessarily giving me anything that is essential for me to live. Emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, yes.
I actually could debate that because the whole broken heart syndrome has been proven true. So it might not be
Well-
physical in the sense, but it's physical in the point you do need those interactions, that comfort. Your heart does sustain itself physically, and so does the mind from
When I
those
say-
interactions.
When I say physiologically, I mean like if you guys were here physically.
Oh yeah, okay, then that's one
Yes.
thing. Okay, I thought you meant
Because of the physical disconnect,
yeah. Okay,
that's what I mean.
I stand
Like,
corrected then.
Yeah, it's more or less not like how my mentality is going to affect my physicality, because that's obvious. That's an
Well,
obvious
yeah.
thing. It's more of the actual physical connection and touching and that kind of thing. Is
You
what I'm-
you can't break our ribs with hugs,
yeah,
which
I wish I could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which I'm still like dreading the first time it's gonna happen because I feel like it's not just gonna be you; it's gonna be all of you guys. I'm gonna be like, no, my ribs, I need to breathe. Just because I'm not used to everyone hugging. I'm one of those people who never did hugs, so now that I have all these friends who do, I'm like, I don't know how to respond to all this.
I respect people who don't like hugs. If people don't want to be hugged, I will not hug them.
It's not that I don't like it, I just never knew, like, how to... I don't know. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
Because, like, for a long time, my friends were... The guy friends, anyway, were those, like, macho guys who didn't hug other guys.
Yeah.
And then all my female friends were like, oh, I don't want to hug outside my boyfriend, so I'm like, okay, I just don't hug anyone. Yeah, I lived in a really, really fucked up area. In terms of, like, we were really suppressed when it came to what was okay and what wasn't.
Don't hug anybody but my boyfriend.
Well, because their boyfriends were the jealous type, or they didn't want to, they wanted to respect the bound. I'm like,
Oh,
no, in my mind it sounded dumb, but I'm like, okay, if that's what you want,
you make
okay.
it sound like a hug involves like sticking your hand down the pants or something like that. Like,
For them it might have, I don't know. I don't want to, I'm not going to
I
question.
mean, for me it sometimes does, but
I was about to say, yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know what some people do with their hugs. I'm not going to question.
I grab butts.
Boyfriend like, yeah, I know you had a boyfriend like that, Adrian. That's why I'm like, I know some people are like that, so I respected it. But when I started meeting friends who were more like, no, you can hug me, I'm like, okay, I can do a one-armed hug, and they're like, that's not a hug. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm okay with side hugs.
Well, all my friends were like, no, they're like, no, come on, Jamie, you can do a real hug. I'm like, oh, this is so awkward for me.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm a touchy person when I'm really comfortable with someone. Like, I will literally just, like, spoon someone while we hang out. Like, Katie and I spoon. We just, like, hang out on my bed and spoon.
You two are practically dating without the word. Like, let's be real. Let's be real.
Without the actual sexuality of it, we're not.
Well, no, I mean, like, you guys could be, if you guys
Physical,
could be labeled, you guys could be labeled as asexual dating partners. Like, you two are girlfriends, more or less. Just
I don't know, but no, we can't be considered asexual dating partners because,
yeah, I have the feeling if you gave Katie the opportunity, she would jump it.
We'd be allowed if we were.
At the moment, you're asexual dating partners.
I wouldn't say asexual because there's sexual
Yeah,
attraction.
I should
but
probably
not
refer.
involved.
I'm also affected.
It's like the
Restrained.
two-
It's restrained.
Yeah.
But the minute Def and Adam say go ahead, you two will be like, well, that's all we needed.
We're just waiting for Def because I mean Adam's already getting.
Yeah, I would say we already know what Adam's position is.
It's not like he's all like, yes, you can have sex with Katie. He's all like, if you made out with Katie, I wouldn't
Consider it cheating. He's not. He's more secure with the possibility kind of thing.
Yeah. He's more or less like, if I can watch, I'm fine.
Oh no, wait. How do they do in How I Met Your Mother? Adam's on board.
So,
Whenever Barney had a plan that needed someone else to be on board with it. Dear God, Adam really is Barney in a lot of instances, isn't he?
yeah, well, he more or less, like, he sees us as Lily and Marshall.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But on his own, I can see him being Barney.
On his own, yeah. When we were watching it the other night, we were still in the first season.
I love the beginning seasons. They're so good.
It was the wedding where Ted meets Victoria.
I loved Victoria. She was so attractive and like everything. She was one of the best people I saw on the show. Also, she was just really cool.
And like, they're like Lily and Marshall are dancing, and
Yeah.
they finally agree on something for their wedding. And like, he just kind of looks at her with like this dopey ass look on his face, and she's all like, "What?" And he's all like, "Nothing." And I'm like, "Oh my god, we do that all the time. Can they like stop being us?"
Yeah,
Like,
I can see
stop.
you two like that.
We do that constantly.
I also can
Like,
see you two doing the
Adam-
high five thing. The whole "that's love, bitch."
Yeah. Yeah, like me, I'm very much like Lily. Out of all the women on that show, I am Lily to the
Yeah, you
core.
are. Blackheart. I can admit I'm not on board with that because I'm very insecure and I've also had a lot of bad experiences. So I would be not on board with a lot of those things off the bat. I'd be really, really like paranoid.
I mean,
It's up to everyone, and everyone is different. And it wouldn't be like I distrust the person, it's just I would be uncomfortable with it for the most part, because, again, bad experiences make situations weird.
oh yeah, I'm sure we'll still be playing Adrian when you get home.
Oh yeah, it's only 5:45, jeez. I thought it was later. Joy of it being
Yeah.
closer to summer, daytime lasts longer.
And I mean, a lot of guys are actually not okay with their girlfriends making out with other girls.
But they think they have to be okay because they're guys, and it's a really bad stigma.
Right, they think that it's like, oh, it's just a girl, you know, if she's not actually sexually attracted to girls, it's fine, and I should be okay with it because it's just what girls do. And I mean, it's a bad stigma on both ends.
Oh yeah, it is. But if you
And-
are uncomfortable with it, there's no shame in being uncomfortable. Just communicate it correctly.
In this situation, I'm bisexual,
Yeah.
Katie is pansexual, and so it's like we are actually sexually attracted to
Each other.
the female gender, and there's attraction to each other. I mean,
Let's be honest. If you were single and Katie was single, I feel like Katie would be like, "Please, Lolo, notice me."
I would be like, please notice me. But it's more or less our boyfriends are comfortable with the fact that that is a dynamic we have.
Yeah.
While it's not actually happened, they're okay with the idea that there is that tension between us. And it's not because it's like, oh, we want to watch your girlfriends make out.
No,
Two
it's not
girls making
that.
out, it's so hot. It's like, no, as me and Katie have a legitimate connection with each other, that we both respect the fact that we have connections with other people as well. It's not to the point where we're going to be like, we're going to be in a poly relationship, you know, kind of. No, we're not going to do that. Because we're both in long distance relationships, it's more or less like...
We understand each other.
We understand this.
And also,
it's all about mutual respect and
it comes with growing up, too. Like, you start learning that things either will bug you or don't, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's how you deal with it that matters.
Yeah, like, my ex, like, within the first, like, 2 weeks of us dating, because I was so used to the idea that guys are so on board for girls making out, we had just started dating, and homecoming came around, and I made out with my best girlfriend then, because people had heard about us making out before him and I had started dating, so they were like, we want to see it again.
So in your mind, no big deal.
Yeah. And it was no big deal. It was a big deal to him.
Yeah.
You know, that was cheating.
Exactly. That, like... mind you, like I said, it has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, I see it as, you know, two girls can't make out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I would just feel uncomfortable because, like, that's my girlfriend, they're kissing someone else.
Yeah.
It's an insecurity, and my mind would instantly go, okay, what if they liked it more than they said, you know, oh God, am I getting in the way of them being happy with somebody else?
Yeah, and
you don't want to go through that. No one wants to. No one. I don't think it's never towards the girl. It's more about me, and I don't want to experience it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's never really an issue of being open-minded or not. It's an issue of...
Oh, if you're polyamorous,
I mean,
I can
if you're
talk.
Polygamous... If you're polygamous...
I was just trying to be able to say words. That was my problem.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I knew you weren't saying that we're closed-minded, but, like...
No.
I just wanted to make it plainly stated that some people actually are not okay with it, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And I can speak English, I just have problems sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean... If Adam was just saying that he was okay with it, you know, to save face, and when we actually talked about it in quiet conversation and he wasn't okay with it, that would be it. It would never be spoken of again. It wouldn't be be a topic.
I can only imagine how bad you'd feel. Like, just on, like, the moral standpoint of the, oh shit, I didn't consider that you were just saying it to save face kind of thing.
Well, a
lot of people don't even think of that.
If I hadn't done anything about it, if I hadn't actually acted on it, I would be like, okay, I can understand. Like, it was just... Because he encourages it to a point as well.
Oh, yeah, he does. So like, I've seen him encourage it to a point, and it was... I can tell, like, when he's encouraging it to a point.
Yeah. It's more or less like, if he says, I'm okay with this, I actually go through with something, and it turns out he's not okay with it, that's where it's not only an issue that I did something he wasn't actually okay with, it's more or less he wasn't truthful about not being okay with it.
Yeah, what you should do with your partner.
You know, kind of thing.
Yeah. And I love how the fact that every time you're on stream, Adrian loves you a little bit more. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to become, like... She's going to start worshipping you because you're awesome in her mind.
Aw. But, like, that's also the thing, like, with Adam is a very honest person.
Oh, yeah, he is.
To a fault.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that.
He's not going to lie to me to save face. Like,
which sometimes it might be better if he did.
I mean...
I'm not saying lie.
Lie to me, but word it slightly different.
Yeah, like, there have been times where I think benefit would have been given to changing, bows down and leaves.
Bye, Adrian.
So we'll see you in a bit. Oh, yeah, I forgot because you went to sleep. After you left, me and her were talking because she saw Dawn of Justice. She agreed with you that the animation of DC was way better than the live-action movies.
DC is much better. I don't actually... See, this is my thing, is I don't really like DC's character development. I feel it tropey. Honestly.
I'm gonna say this really, like, limiting. Batman-wise, I love their villains. Holy crap, his villains are amazing.
That's the thing, is that they're so good with villains.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're not very good with superheroes.
Well, what I'm saying is Batman's villains are great. I don't know much about Superman, so I'm not going to even contribute on that one. I don't know enough to contribute. Wonder Woman, I know a little bit, but I want to say I like the fact that hers is more steeped in mythology.
Well, yeah.
Which I like, because in some versions she's the daughter of Hades, which I thought was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
I love Green Arrow, Black Canary, and The Flash on CW, because they're fleshing out better character development. It's still a little tropey, but it's what you'd expect from a primetime TV show. Especially being the fact they're on CW. They do have that we have the CW touch this, we're going to make it CW-y feel. Like, some of the characters are kind of like Supernatural's characters in the sense the writers involved.
Yeah.
That's because Batman villains... Yeah, that's exactly it. Batman's villains were relatable more than the heroes were, which I like.
Well, I like... The one thing I liked about Batman's...
Villains,
as well as Batman himself, is that it literally is a psychology textbook.
Oh, yeah. Also, they're not perfect. No one in that show is perfect.
No.
They're all deeply flawed to one degree or another. Hell, even the Robins have a lot of problems. All of them are orphans due to Two-Face, which is a running joke, I think. Two-Face probably wakes up in the morning. I fence there's no Robin out. I need to kill someone's parents today.
Yeah. I think I more or less just go with Marvel just simply because of the variety of Marvel. Like, DC, I feel like DC has a running thing that they go with. Like, Superman and Batman to me are very similar.
Oh my god.
Both orphans.
They are two sides of the same coin. They're literally the head and tails. Superman, optimism, hope.
Yeah.
Boy Scoutness. God, I hate that. It makes me so gaggy. Then Batman, the dark, nihilism, cynic, but intelligent. He's not stupid.
Yeah.
He is the best detective in the series.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. It's good when it's done right.
And
For
there's
example,
always a
live
woman
action.
and all this other stuff, and I'm just kind of like, eh.
I like comic and cartoon Lois Lane. She's one of my favorite characters
Yeah.
in the DC animated universe because she's badass.
Yeah.
But live action Lois has never been done to justice, which saddens me greatly. Especially because Lois is supposed to be, like, better than Clark.
I guess I just have always been more of a Marvel fan.
I always liked Marvel more, too. I liked Iron Man, Spider-Man,